Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll create a GitHub account. We will set up SSH key to communicate with GitHub server. We will create a GitHub repository and we will pull and push code to GitHub repository. Okay, let's create GitHub account. Go to github.com, click on sign up, enter your email address. Click enter, choose your password. Click enter, choose your username. Click enter, can. Pick one script that shows two identical objects. Okay, we are done. Click on create account. GitHub will send you a launch code. You have to enter that code and then you can log in successfully. Just me. You can just click on continue or skip personalization. You have successfully created your account. Let's create a remote repository now. You have to click on create repository. Let's type it code base. Make it public and click on add readme. And after that, click on create repository. Okay, let's set up SSH key. First check, do you have an existing SSH key or not? Type this command. So we don't have RSA key. Let's generate one. If you have one, you don't need to generate it. Let's type this command to generate RSA key. Click enter to use the default location to save the key. Click enter to skip passphrase. And now the key is generated successfully. Let's check it again. As you can see that ID RSA key is successfully generated. Now run pbcopy command to copy the public key to clipboard. Go to GitHub. Go to settings. Then click on SSH and GPG keys. Click on new SSH key. Give it some title. Select authentication key and do command V. And then click on add SSH key. Enter your password. Now you have successfully saved your public key to remote server on GitHub. Now let's do some configuration in our local computer. Now let's register SSH key with the SSH agent. Let's first check that SSH agent is running or not. Type this command and you can see that agent is running. Now let's add it. As you can see, identity added. Now let's create the config to use RSA key for GitHub host. Go inside SSH directory. Create config file. Open config file and copy paste this. Now we are saying that hostname is github.com and identity file is ID RSA. Now save this file. Now we set up everything in our local machine to access GitHub remote server. In the previous video, we learned how to initialize the directory as a Git repository. Another way is to clone an existing repository. Now let's clone our repository. Go inside your repository. Copy this path. Now go to terminal and type git clone and paste that path. As you can see that now this repository is successfully cloned from our GitHub server. Now let's go inside. Now as you can see that it's a Git repository already. Type git status and you can see that on branch main, your branch is up to date with origin main branch. Origin main branch is our remote branch. Now you can type git remote -v command to look like what's the origin for our this repository. Now as you can see that origin for our local repository is path of GitHub remote repository. Git clone command implicitly add remote origin for you. If you want to add explicitly, you have to use git remote add command. So git remote add is command and origin is name of our remote. Now type the path for remote. As you can see, we got error, origin already exists. So let's remove this and then add it again. To remove path, type git remote remove origin. Now type add command again and type git remote and as you can see that we successfully add origin remote again. Now if you want to download all the changes that happen after your clone first time, use git fetch command. Now let's go to remote server and do some changes in our existing repository. Let's add new file. Now as you can see that we have added a new file. Now let's go to terminal again and type git fetch. As you can see that git fetch download all the changes that happen to our remote server after clone first time. Now if you do git status, our working branch is still clean. So git fetch download the data from remote server, but it don't merge inside our branch. So if you want to merge data, use git pull command. Now as you can see that it added a new file in our branch main by doing fast forward. We will learn about this in coming videos when we will learn about git merge and git rebase commands. So now you can see that when I execute git pull command, it download the data from remote server and it merge inside my main branch. Now do git log. Let's check the commit history. Now as you can see that the changes that we did in remote server now exist in my main branch. Now let's go outside and push code from our local server to remote server. Let's rename our file to contributor.md. Now let's commit our code. Now do git log again. As you can see that this commit exists here, but if you can see origin main is still in the old commit. Now let's go to the remote server and check like is it this code pushed to remote server yet or not. But if you go to remote server, the file name is still the old one. Now let's push our code from local server to remote server. Type git push. You will get an error because we didn't set the upstream. So to set the upstream, we have to pass this parameter. Git push set upstream origin main. So basically we are telling Git to set the upstream from main to origin main branch. So whenever we push the code, I want to push a code to origin main branch. Now let's enter. And you will see that the code is already pushed. branch main set up to track remote branch main from origin. Now if you go to remote server again, you have to refresh this and you will see that our file name is already changed, and you can see the commit in GitHub by clicking here, and you can see that rename file commit that we did in our local server. Okay, cool. After doing pull push, now let's see how to rename remote. Type git remote rename region to dev. Now if you do git remote v again, you will see that our remote is already renamed. Pull dev main. So our branch is already up to date. By default, Git choose region, but you can choose any name. That's all about working in remote. In next video, we will learn about Git branches. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more great content. Thank you for watching.